This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is 4/22/21. Make what you will of that. And this is show number 251. Well, Nick, what are the markets doing today? What do they have in store for us?
Oh, we got a little bit of a mixed tape out here today. The Dow, which was a pretty good winner yesterday, is pulling back today, down about 100 points. That's only a decline of around 0.3%. It's not a big decline. The Russell is up about 0.25%. The S&P 500 is flat, and then the Nasdaq has just gone positive after starting out a little bit on the weaker side, and that's up about 0.25%. So it's really a quiet, flat day today. Got some backing and filling going on. Yesterday we had a pretty decent rally overall in the marketplace. So we'll see where we go. We'll see how it plays out by the close. But there's no volume out here, and that's all you need to know. Volume is light. Give the market that slight upside bias for now.
All right, and that's what's interesting, because if you start getting major volume and declines, it can erase all of those gains that you got on that low volume in like instantly, right?
Yeah, when there's an old saying in the market, the stock market takes the stairs up and the elevator down, and that's really what happens. So you could stair step and continue to climb higher, and that could last for a long time. Obviously we've been doing it since mid-March or latter part of March. But when it does decline on volume, that's when you really have to be careful, because the moves to the downside, even though the markets look like they have a very strong uptrend, they can be broken very, very quickly.
And with all these algorithms on a hair trigger looking for that first red flag to dump, the more your profits are, the more you start thinking of selling and getting out. Well, you still can, right? So that's what makes the pile on so deadly here, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen that in several market crashes. So they always call it the fat finger trader. Really, it's just the algorithms setting off sell signals, and there's no buyers there. And now with the GameStop debacle, all the stuff that just happened with the Archegos Capital hedge fund, I don't think there's any shorts out there. So when this market does start to go down and it goes down with volume, there's going to be nobody there to catch it, meaning nobody there to cover their short positions and buy back in. So people always knock the shorts, but the shorts are really what keep equilibrium in this market. And right now, I have to say, the shorts have had their heads handed to them, and when the market does go down, I don't know who's going to be there to catch the falling knife.
Hey, and that's indicative also of the put to call ratio, right?
Yeah, at times, sure, that definitely is. It's the same premise, it's the same idea. So we'll see that, but right now, when you look at these markets, the way they've gone up, and you've had these certain situations going on, whether it was a GameStop or a COS or a AMC, and then you had the Viacoms and the Discovery and the Chinese ADRs, there are a lot of institutions out there saying, hey, you know what, I got to stay away from the short side right now, because when this stuff comes down, like a Viacom falling from $100 down to around $45, all in about 4 trading sessions, that really can put some fear into a lot of people out there. So again, we'll see how it plays out, but for now, the markets are holding up well, and there's no volume here signaling any kind of sell side action.
All right, so earnings, what are we seeing there?
Yeah, so earnings are pouring in right now. We are pretty much right in the heart of it, where we're going to get dozens and dozens of companies each and every morning, and also after the closing bell reporting earnings. But the big story will be next week, when we have the large mega cap tech stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Alphabet, Amazon. They're all going to report next week, and that's where everybody gets excited about the earnings announcements. But again, we'll see how it plays out. But we have tons of earnings coming in right now, and that's kind of the theme so far. I think the earnings picture has been somewhat mixed, and we'll see what the mega cap tech names have in store for us next week.
All right, and today we got some jobless numbers in too.
That's right. We got the weekly initial jobless claims report. Came in at 547,000 new claims. This was a little bit better than expected. I think the street was looking for 600,000, so this was a little bit better than expected, and it was also below the prior week's revised count of 586,000. 100,000. So it's definitely doing a little bit better. Continuing claims, I believe, fell to 3.674 million from a revised count of 3.708 million. So while this is trending in the right direction, it's just very slow going, but at least it's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, well, I think people with the mask mandates and such are really ready to break. And I think that we're going to reach a point here, especially in the summer, where there's probably, like, everybody's gotten vaxxed who wanted to be vaxxed. Why do we need these stupid masks? Why do we need shutdowns? And they're just not going to put up with it. I think we're reaching that point.
You could get a sense of that. You definitely get a sense of that. You know, being down in Florida, we've been basically open for a long, long time, but there are certain counties where people are still wearing, masks.
I'm in one of them.
Yeah, and things like that. So, but we've been a little bit blessed down here to have been open. But think about other places around the world.
Michigan, New York, England, Canada is locked down tighter than I don't know what, but locked down tighter than a maximum security prison, I guess.
Yeah, well said. You would think you're in Leavenworth over there, but this is what we're people are dealing with, and how much longer are they going to put up with it or take it? Are they at their breaking point yet? That remains to be seen. But at least the jobs, the weekly claims are trending in the right direction. A lot of people don't even want to come back to work. I know people down here in Florida. They could work there's lots of jobs here. They just don't. They just choose to stay home.
Yeah, you could get a construction job in a New York minute, right?
You get a construction job. You get a landscaping job. You could get a restaurant job. I mean, there are jobs. Jobs are plentiful here. I mean, I see hiring going on all the time. My landscaper asks me all the time, "Do you know anybody that wants to work?" And I say, "No, I don't know. I don't know a soul." But it's quite something in the state of Florida. There's a lot of job availability. Now, other states, I can't speak for them, but I could tell you Florida is definitely a place where you can find work.
Yeah, well, Florida had a low unemployment payout rate, $275 a week maximum, is among the lowest in the country. So the 300 added to that gives you $575, and not that many people can really live on it. Whereas if you're in other states, you might be getting up to $1,000 a week, and might be easier to live on it and take an extended vacation till the extended unemployment benefits run out.
Yeah, and that seems to be what's happening right now. So it's interesting, but I saw somebody on TV yesterday saying they left Tennessee because they couldn't get work in Nashville, and here they are in Tampa, and they're working 7 days a week. So I'm happy for our state here in the state of Florida. It's done very, very well. I think we have a very, very good governor, and so far so good here.
Yeah, so far so good. Hey, finally, gold and silver had a big day in the precious metals yesterday. Today, pullback.
Yeah, today we're backing off a little bit. You got to remember, gold futures got very close to that psychological $1,800 level. I believe yesterday we got as high as well, I'll tell you exactly. The number was 1798. So we got to 1798, just 2 points shy of the 1800 level. So we're doing a little bit of backing and filling, but I love to see more consolidation for the next 3-4 days. I think that's exactly what the doctor ordered. And then we're going higher. No problem here with the precious metals. Gold miner, junior gold miners, they're both looking very strong. And silver is acting really, really well. Silver had a big day yesterday. Today it's backing off a little bit. Silver futures down about 19 cents as we speak, but they were up 3% yesterday. So that's really good action.
All right. Well, just what the doctor ordered, and it's time to close the office. And you should go over to inthemoneystocks.com, take a look at Nick's trading record and what's available for you there, and make sure you monitor the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz. Send us your emails to my personal address, kl@kerrylutz.com, and Nick will pick up tomorrow.
Sounds good, Kerry.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago 01.